apocalypse.
What is going on, guys? This is your man KleverThumbs, and I'm back with another Division 2 build video. Now this is actually going to be my legendary build that I do for these legendary runs to get in order to get the exotic bighorn, which is an exotic AR. It's really nice to just say that you have it in your inventory. I wouldn't say it's the best gun as far as exotics go, but definitely feels nice to see that at the end drop. So I did do the legendary run during the weekend, but we did not get a bighorn, which we were actually trying to get it for Cummins, but it did take us about an hour. I think an hour and 2 minutes or something like that. We normally knock these out in about 30 to 40 minutes tops, but we did have technical difficulties. But if everybody does their part and plays it right, and you guys don't have to get slowed down in each room, then it's definitely gonna help. So we did get slowed down in 2 rooms, but we still managed to get it down in about an hour. So as long as 3 people are running DPS and 1 person is running crowd control, you guys are gonna be doing great. We did District Union Arena on legendary. Like I said, 3 DPS and 1 crowd control. So the 3 DPS guys pretty much look like this. So you guys can see this is a basic overlook of your typical rifle build. And I'm not gonna lie, the rifle is probably the most powerful gun in the game currently, even though it's been nerfed twice, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's been nerfed twice, and it's still pretty powerful. So the specialization that you guys do want to run is the TAC 50C rifle. Now the reason I say that is because you get the extra headshot damage, and you get all the extra goodies as well just for running a marksman rifle or rifle. But you also get that awesome scope, which gives you 45% headshot damage if I'm not mistaken. But this build still wrecks as far as legendaries, and the DPS is there. So this is the way I have it set up, and I'm gonna show you guys how. But before we get into it, if you guys are new to this channel, definitely hit that like button, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and comment down in the section below what you think about this build, or what you guys even run during your legendary runs. But we are trying to get everybody in my clan legendary exotic bighorn. There's only probably about 5 people left who need it. So after that, I might do a couple legendary raid carries, legendary carries, especially the new raid coming up. We might do raid carries as well. We'll see how it goes, but let's jump right into this. So the classic M1A, like I was saying, the classic M1A is the most powerful gun in my perspective. I don't think anything else can beat it as far as the damage per bullet and all the extra goodies that this build comes with. So 525k damage is what I got here. 12% rifle damage, 15% critical hit damage, and 6% damage to armor. The talents I'm running on here is Rifleman. Landing a headshot adds a stack bonus of landing headshots adds a stack of bonus 10% weapon damage for 5 seconds. Max stack is 5. Additional headshots refresh the duration. So pretty much you get 5 stacks, you get up to 50% weapon damage, which is pretty good for a talent. 50% extra weapon damage on top of 525k is pretty supreme. But that's the primary gun that I rock with. My secondary gun would be the Bullet King. It's got 83k, 15% LMG, 11% damage to targets out of cover, and 10% critical hit damage. A bullet hell, this weapon never needs to be reloaded. For every 100 bullets that hit an enemy, replenishes some ammo to you and your allies' reserve. So pretty much for every 100 bullets that you land, you get 100 bullets back. That's how it works. This gun is really good against the big guys, against the boss at the end. It's good for beaming the dogs. It has its good little ways. If you want to destroy tanks and stuff, then you can. But this Bullet King definitely shines. Now for the Coyotes mask, this is what we're running right here. 15% weapon damage, 5.4 critical hit chance, 11.3 critical hit damage. Actually, I don't even have a mod slot in there. Let me go ahead and slide one in there. Put that 11.6. Then I do have 11.6 critical hit damage now. I should probably save this. I've probably been running legendary without that mod. So pack instincts, if you guys aren't familiar with this, depending on if you guys have all 3 your 3 DPS guys have Coyote's Mask, you will be able to obtain all 3 of these buffs. So 0 to 15 meters, 25% critical hit damage. 15 to 25 meters that you're hitting a target is 10% critical hit damage and 10% critical hit chance. Anything after that, 25 meters and plus, you're getting 25% critical hit chance, which that is huge. So if everybody's doing their part, you're getting an extra 35 critical hit chance and an extra 35 critical hit damage. That's why this Coyote's Mask is perfect for this build. Moving on to the chest piece, I do have 2-piece Providence, which gives me 10% headshot damage, which, you know, adds on to the specialization, and 10% critical hit chance, which critical hit chance is key here. You want a lot of damage with a lot of crits. So 12% weapon damage for the core attribute, 10.7 critical hit damage, and the chest piece isn't that great because I have 14.1 repair skills. If you guys could go for critical hit chance there, I'll go for it. And the mod that I did put on here is 11.2 critical hit damage. Now the talent that I'm rocking here is Focus. Now Focus, I wouldn't say got nerfed, because I don't really think you were supposed to use Focus like that with the shield to even begin with. So now it's actually kind of better for me because I actually do like scoping. Even if it's with the shield, I know that I'm scoped behind a shield, so I do feel a little bit more safe. But then again, I have 0 yellow, so what great is that shield gonna do? It's just gonna keep me covered enough to keep on killing the NPCs and stuff like that. So while my guy is using the crowd control, I'm just sitting there beaming them in the head, getting Rifleman and getting Focus. Now Focus increases total weapon damage by 5% every second you are aiming, while scoped with 8 times scope or higher, up to 50%. So that's 50% weapon damage and 50% from Rifleman and 50% damage from Focus. So you guys can see you're already doing 100% weapon damage when everything is procced. Moving on to the holster, you guys don't have to run a Seska. If you guys do have 3-piece Providence, go for it. It's the same exact thing. You're actually going to get the critical hit damage, I believe, because the 2-piece gives you headshot and critical hit chance, but I actually went with the Seska for the extra critical hit chance instead of the critical hit damage. So the Seska right here, I have 15% weapon damage for the attributes, a 6% critical hit chance, and 11.8 critical hit damage. So I did go for a little bit more critical hit chance. A lot of people do run the 3-piece right here for the extra crit damage, but I just went ahead and went for the extra critical hit chance. Now the Fox's Prayers is a must right here. Obviously you're running a rifle build, and everybody knows that the Fox's Prayers gives you damage to targets out of cover, which is multiplicative damage, and that's by 8%. Now it used to be pretty higher. I want to say it was like 15%, but it got nerfed down, which, you know, it was pretty powerful. Everybody was using that 1 piece, which was kind of making it kind of like a back to the old days where everybody would have that similar build setups. But now that they kind of nerfed this, everybody's rocking theirs. It's a little bit different, but still this is key for PVE right here. 11.3 weapon damage, 8% damage to targets out of cover, and 12% critical hit damage. That is a Fox's Prayers. Now moving on to the Contractor's Gloves, which is what I'm rocking here today, and I get 10% LMG damage, which is actually going to help my Bullet King out a little bit, and 15% weapon damage for the core attribute, 8% damage to armor, again it's multiplicative, and 10.7 critical hit damage. So that's what we got for the glove right there. Now moving on to the last piece, which is actually the second piece of the Providence, which has the core attribute of 13% weapon damage, 11.3 critical hit damage, and 14% weapon handling. Now the mod that I did choose to go on there was, again, 11% critical hit damage. And the talent that I'm rocking here today is Vigilance on the backpack, increases total weapon damage by 25%. Taking damage disables this buff for 4 seconds. So this is the whole reason why I'm rocking a shield. I'm using the Focus and Vigilance, and I'm getting all this rifle damage, multiplicative, all that good stuff. This build is really good. It's powerful. And when my guy has, when my crowd control guy has his talent proc, I forgot what it was called. He has a talent right here, Overwatch. After staying in cover for 10 seconds, increases you and your allies' total weapon damage and skill damage by 12%. So we have 125%, and then that's just alone, and that's not even including the extra 12% from Overwatch. when my fourth guy with crowd control is running it. So this build is pretty powerful. I would definitely use it the way I have it right here. You guys might have a different variant, which is okay, but this is pretty much the best template that I could say you would want to go off of right here. You definitely want these two right here and the Coyote's Mask, and pretty much it leaves you down to 3-piece Providence or 2-piece Providence, whatever you guys want to use. But this is the way that I have it set up. I feel it's really great and powerful, and we'll see what the next update brings us. Hopefully there's something else, you know. I've been seeing a lot of videos out there, and I'm pretty much excited to get my hands on all those things. So we'll go back to my farming. It's always fun. Sarcasm. Don't like farming too much, but I like farming the dark zone for sure. So the shield is what I rock here, obviously. It's just enough to hide you behind the shield and let you do focus and have your vigilance proc at all times. And for the secondary, you do want to run a revive hive just in case everybody's down. You're going to be the last guy to come back up. But if you guys didn't know, your skills are pretty much bugged. If I have this skill right here on the floor and I blow it up, now my cooldown of 200 seconds. All you have to do, guys, just go to your shield, click on your shield, put it to the right side where your hive is at, and then switch it back to the left hand side and exit out, and bada bing bada boom, you have 4 charges again. Yep, little bit of tips and tricks in case you guys didn't know. Most people should know that. If you don't, well, there you go, you guys are learning something new here. But this is pretty much what this build looks like. This is heroic right now, so I'm just go ahead and put it on invulnerable elite. And I'm just gonna wait for my focus. You guys can see I'm actually put on the shield so you guys see what it looks like with the shield. So before, you just used to just be able to aim like this, and you would just be able to shoot like this. You would see the crosshair over there while you're hard aiming and stuff. But now when you use focus, you actually zoom in. You know, I don't mind this. This is actually pretty nice because I could be behind cover, hiding behind, you know, a corner, and I could just like corner clip them like this. And if they do get me, chances are NPCs are pretty accurate. They're either gonna shoot me in the head or my leg or whatever the case may be. But even though they're gonna have to get through my shield, and by that time there's a small little animation where my shield breaks and I'm able to take cover and stuff like that. But let me just go ahead and proc focus right here. I'm gonna show you guys what rifleman looks like. So 1, 2, you guys can see on the bottom left of the scope, I have 5 active. So let's just go over here, doing about 5.7, 5.9, almost 6 mil, guys. And that is without Overwatch. With Overwatch, I'm probably doing about 7, maybe just a little over or under 7. But this build right here shreds in legendaries. I also use this for heroics, just fly right through heroics. But this build is really awesome. Everybody should know about this. If you guys don't know, well, now you know. So if you guys definitely enjoyed this video and found it very helpful, definitely smash that like button like I said, and I will see you guys on the next one. But before I do that, because I also did forget to show you the stats. I know you guys do want to see these stats. Sorry about that. So we are rocking 47% critical hit chance basically, and 155 critical hit damage. So that's pretty powerful. And then you also have 150% headshot damage, and you do have armor damage right here from the classic M1A and contractor's gloves, which is pretty damn good to have because that's multiplicative. So you do want that kind of stuff on here. I have all weapons damage bonus is 86%, and my rifle damage bonus is 37%. And I do have a little bit of LMG damage, which is 25% right here. So this is it, guys. This is the build that I'm rocking. It's pretty powerful, like I said. You guys should just fly right through this with the breeze. You guys do need about at least 3 guys like this, and then 1 status control guy or crowd control guy with preferably a blinder or something like that. probably 24-second blind duration. That way you're just beaming at NPCs constantly. But this is the build. I love it. I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do like this, like I said, smash the video with the like, and I will see you guys on the next one.